Welcome back to Sky's Movies, and it's time to show you part 4 of my complete TV collection. This final part is basically stuff from the 90s and 2000s and just everything current. It's in no particular order, so let's get started. Okay, so first up, we've got Game On. This is a series from the mid-90s. Original series here starring Ben Chaplin, Samantha Janis and Matthew Cottle. I love this series. And by this series, I mean this series, the first one. Ben Chaplin was absolutely fantastic in this series. And unfortunately, they did do 2 more series, which are alright, they're good. But they did actually change him. I think Ben and Chaplin were headed off to Hollywood. They changed the actor, and I just didn't think he was quite as good, personally. But anyone who's seen it might disagree. But yeah, I thought this first series was absolutely fantastic. And obviously, I've got complete series 2. Yeah, we replaced him with an actor called Neil Stuke. It's the same character, but he just wasn't the same for me. But yeah, and I've also got complete series 3. So that's Game On. It's a highly underrated show if you've never seen it. It's very funny. Next up, we've got some more Rowan Atkinson. It's from the mid-90s as well, I think it was. The Thin Blue Line. Basically, it's kind of like a Blackadder in the police force, but probably not quite as risque with some of the jokes, but it's quite an entertaining series. I think there was 2 series of this, and they're all on this collection. But if you've not seen it, it's definitely worth checking out. If you like, especially if you like Rowan Atkinson. Next up, we've got another series from the I think this was the late 90s, Coupling. I really enjoyed this series. It's kind of like a UK version of Friends, but probably more adult in its comedy. And this guy here was my favourite. His name's Jeff, and he used to get up to all sorts of crazy scrapes, and you like how did he get into this? But yeah, it was a very, very funny show. And I've also got complete second series. They did do a couple more series of this. I think some of the cast were replaced as it went on, and I don't think it was quite as good, but I do enjoy the first 2 series of this. Next up, we've got a series that I haven't seen, and this is Dinner Ladies. Obviously, this is actually the second series, and I have actually got the first series as well. Yeah, I believe it's very good, starring Victoria Wood. I've picked these up in charity shops for like next to nothing, and it's something I want to check out one day. I think Julie Walters is in it there as well. So I'm sure it's pretty good. I know it's supposed to be. I think my parents used to watch this back in the day. So that's Dinner Ladies. And with the Victoria Wood theme, we've also got Acorn Antiques, which I think is it a spin-off of I don't know if it's a spin-off of Dinner Ladies, or is it like a kind of off a sketch or something off Victoria Wood's show. But I've not seen this either, but I thought I'd pick it up. Next up is another show from the late 90s, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. How they sort of started. This is Space. This is a fantastic series. I love this. There's an episode in this where the main character, Simon Pegg's character, is playing Resident Evil, and what they did in this was some of the sort of influence for Shaun of the Dead, and obviously it went from there. But yeah, this is a fantastic series. It's just especially for sort of a geek, particularly like me, who's like into sci-fi and everything. It's classic Simon Pegg. If you like Simon Pegg, you'll probably like this. Right, next up, I've got 5 series of Not Going Out, starring Lee Mack and initially Tim Vine. Yeah, I love this show. We've got series 1, which I think is actually probably the weakest. And I've got series 2 when they brought in Sally Bretton. It's a female character. I think she's a lot better. I've got series 3, still with Tim Vine. Series 4, where they added Katie Wicks as well, who's quite funny, as Tim's girlfriend. And then I've got some Christmas specials. And I've got series 5, which I think is the last series with Tim Vine. I still continue to enjoy Not Going Out without him, but I don't think he's quite as good. So that's Not Going Out. Next up, we've got sort of UK staple from, I think it started in 2000, Gavin and Stacey. Yeah, I didn't watch this probably till about 10 years ago. And I know he's widely sort of hated these days, but didn't actually mind James Corden. Particularly in this, I think he's quite funny. I think his fame's gone to his head since then. But yeah, Gavin and Stacey, it's a very funny series if you're not seeing it. I don't think this is complete now. It was at the time. But yeah, it is worth a watch. Okay, coming up next, we've got some Peter Kay's Car Share. This is the first series. I do need to keep an eye out for the second series of this, and to be honest, I want to get it on Blu-ray. This is a very, very funny series. Love Peter Kay. Yeah, basically it's just two people talking in the car, but he's driving around, and it's just very, very funny. Okay, coming up next, we've got series from the mid 2000s, The In-Betweeners. Everyone's probably heard of The In-Betweeners. It's a fantastic series. I remember a guy at work told me about it when it first started. He said, "Oh, you need to watch a show called In-Betweeners, you'll love it." And at the time I didn't watch it, and I also regret that now, but yeah, I eventually got round to it, and yeah, it's fantastic. So we've got, well, it's actually series 2, we've got series 3 and series 1, and I've also got the movies. Okay, coming up next, we've got some Vic Reeves from, I think this is from the 90s, Vic Reeves' Big Night Out. I've seen bits and pieces of Vic Reeves. I was never the biggest fan. I used to watch Shooting Stars back in the day. That was quite amusing. But I've seen bits and pieces of this. But I thought I'd pick it up. It was like next to nothing in the charity shop. Also got the Smell of Reeves and Mortimer as well, complete collection, which I presume is very similar stuff. Again, I've not seen any of this. Next up, we've got complete first series of Goodnight Sweetheart with Nicholas Lyndhurst, when he's basically time travels back to like the war times. Yeah, I enjoyed this series. I don't know if you can get a complete box out of it. I'm sure you can. Maybe I need to keep an eye out for that and check it out, because I do like my time travel, and it was quite an amusing show. Next up, we've got complete collection of the Royal Family. Yeah, being from the north, really love this series. I think it resonates maybe better with northern people. But yeah, you can't beat Ricky Tomlinson just as Jim Royal. Very, very good show. My arse. Next up, we've got some Greg Davis in Man Down. I know there's been a few series of this. This is the only series I've actually seen though, and I picked this up because it stars the late great Rick Mayall. I just wanted to check him out in it, and yeah, he's just the same as he always is. Fantastic, and Greg Davis and him sort of bounced off each other, brilliant. So it's a shame. Obviously, he never got to do anymore after his unfortunate passing. Next up, we've got some Little Britain. Yeah, I picked these up when it all come out, where they were all being taken off streaming and everything, and I thought I'd add them to the collection. Picked some with charity shops for next to nothing. I know some of these were going for quite good money on eBay at the time, but probably not now. But yeah, I was never a massive fan of Little Britain. I've not seen, I'll be honest, I've not seen all of it. I did enjoy the follow-up, like the Come Fly With Me, which I've got on Blu-ray, which you probably would have seen. But yeah, this is Little Britain, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. I think this is some sort of comic relief special. So yeah, that's Little Britain. Coming up next is a series starring Jack D, which is probably very underrated and is probably not very well known. It's called Lad Balloon. Yeah, this is basically almost Jack D playing himself, and he just gets into all scrapes, and it's just a hilarious series. Yeah, it's sort of hard to explain. It's just like everyday situations he gets in, and just like tries to lie to get himself out of it, and just backfires pretty much. But there was 4 series made this. So I've got series 1, series 2, series 3, and series 4. But I've not seen this for a while, so I need to give these another watch. But yeah, it's very, very funny series. Okay, next up, we've got another series from the early 2000s, the IT Crowd. Fantastic series this, with Chris O'Dowd and Richard Ayoade. Yeah, it launched so many sort of catchphrases with the you tried to turn it off and on again, and all that. But I absolutely love the IT Crowd. It's very, very, very funny. Also has some appearances from Noel Fielding in it, who I've not seen him in a lot of things, but I did enjoy him in this. He was very funny. So that's series 1, series 2, or version 2. No, that's actually version 1 or series 1. That was series 3. Got them all out of order, and series 4, which I picked up to complete them. Yeah, love the IT Crowd. Next up, we've got another series from the I think it was early 2000s, 2 Packs of Laguna and a packet of crisps. This is just the first 2 series we've got at the moment. I did enjoy this one. You should air on BBC 3. This particular series has my favourite episode, when I think it's Gaz gets a scratch card and he gets a big win on it, and everyone's wondering what he's done with his winnings, and just what he gets with his winnings I just thought was absolutely hilarious. And yeah, it's funny. It's worth checking out. Next, we've got some more Rowan Atkinson. We've got Mr. Bean box set. I think this is a complete Mr. Bean. I think this is all the episodes. Yeah, love Mr. Bean. He's just more Rowan Atkinson doing his stuff. He's very, very good. Now he's got a new series out at the moment on Netflix. Is it Man vs. Bee, which I want to check out, but I've not got Netflix at the minute. So when I get that back again, I will be checking that out. But Mr. Bean's great. Next up, we've got a drama series, Life on Mars, starring John Sim, Philip Glenister. This is another sort of a time travel kind of series from the mid-2000s. Love this series. I've not actually got series 2. I need to get hold of that because I do enjoy it. I know they made a spin-off series, Ashes to Ashes, which I couldn't really get into. I think I watched the first series, but this one is fantastic. This guy basically ends up back in the 70s as a cop. It's quite strange, but it's very, very funny as well. Next is a series that not many people might have heard of. It's called Crime Traveller. It stars a guy called Michael French from he was in, I remember him before this, he was in EastEnders as I think his character was David Wicks. But yeah, this is basically a guy where he's like a cop, and his sort of fellow worker and friend makes this time machine, and he basically goes back in time to sort of solve the crimes. But the way it's done is really good. But unfortunately, he only had the 1 series, and I was gutted about that because I just loved it, and I've seen this so many times as well. So much so I kind of want to check it out again now. But yeah, if you've not seen Crime Travel, it's worth tracking down and checking it out. It's very, very good. Next up, we got some Misfits, season 1 and season 2. This is kind of about these kids on a program for, like, what's the word? I can't think of the word. They've got the jumpsuits on there. They're sort of like picking up litter and doing all that for community service. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word. And they get struck by lightning and all get sort of superpowers, and it's very, very good. This guy in the middle, I think his name was Nathan. He's probably the best. He's very, 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 very funny. Unfortunately, he was only in the first couple of series, and they swapped him out for another actor who, to be fair to him as well, was very good as well. But I've not got the other series. I know there's another 3 series. Probably need to keep an eye out for them. I know this guy went on to, I believe he starred in Game of Thrones and a few Hollywood movies. I can't think of his name though. But yeah, Misfits, if not seen that, it's worth checking out. And next I've got some luffa with Idris Elba. I've not seen luffa, shoot me in the comments. I know it's quite a popular show, but this has got the first 3 series on it. I think this might have been another one, possibly. But yeah, I do want to check this out sometime. I picked this up in a free job lot, so not paid for it. So yeah, it's something I plan on watching in the future. And yeah, looking forward to watching that. Okay, coming up next, we've got The Detectives from the 90s, starring Jasper Carrot and Robert Powell. These are very, very funny shows. A couple of detectives, they're just useless, basically. Solving crimes sort of by accident, one of them. Favourite episode of this is one where they get sort of become hostages to this guy, and all they want to do is watch the cup vinyl. They end up just like sitting there watching the cup vinyl with him, drinking beers while he's still holding his gun. But and they just all get into it. It's just funny. But yeah, that's The Detectives. Next up, we've got The Office with Ricky Gervais. Yeah, I do like The Office. It's good fun. I've not really watched them all the way through for a long time, but we have got The Office Series 1, Series 2, and Christmas specials. Individual boxes there. Yeah, it's good stuff. The Office. Everyone knows all about that. And also we've got some more Ricky Gervais in the Ricky Gervais Show, Season 1. Yeah, I got this in a charity shop. I've not seen it. I know it's got some stuff with Carl Pilkington, which I look forward to checking out, because I do like Carl Pilkington. Yeah, that's Ricky Gervais Show. And speaking of the aforementioned Carl Pilkington, we've got a complete Idiot Abroad collection on DVD. Yeah, it's a fantastic series. The guy's just hilarious, and yeah, if you've never seen Idiot Abroad, you need to check him out. Final series, he's going around the world with Warwick Davis, old Wicket from Return of the Jedi, and Willow, and several other Star Wars movies and Harry Potter. But yeah, very funny show. And speaking of Carl Pilkington, I've also got The Moaning of Life. I don't know if I've seen all of these. I think I watched it on the TV at the time. Not as good as Idiot Abroad, but it's still quite amusing. I think it might be another series listening to keep an eye out for. So that's Moaning of Life. And some more Ricky Gervais. We've got Extras, complete first series. Did this after The Office, I think. This was quite a funny series where he's sort of interacting with Hollywood actors. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've not got the second series, but I've got the something called The Special. I don't really know what that is. I don't think I've seen that one. But yeah, that's Extras. So I need to look out for that series too. Next up, we've got another English series, Early Doors. I picked these up recently I think I got one for free, and I got one in a charity shop. I've not seen these. I know it's like got the guy out of the royal family in it. I need to give him a watch. I've got series 1, series 2. So yeah, I look forward to checking them out. Another series I got in the charity shop for next to nothing, and I've never seen. That's Gimme 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 with Kathy Burke. Obviously, Kathy Burke's good, like in the Harry Enfield shows back in the day. So we've got series 1, series 2, and series 3. And yeah, I'll get around to them one day as well. Next up, classic from the 90s. We've got a complete One Foot in the Grave. Yeah, I love old Vic Reeves. He's just brilliant. These usually start out as strange stories, and as the story panned out, it all come together and makes sense at the end, and he's just completely bonkers. But yeah, he's just brilliant. He moans for England. But yeah, that's One Foot in the Grave. Next up, I've got a series I don't know anything about, other than it's got Peter Capaldi, who is one of the Doctor Who's, called The Thick of It, complete series. Yeah, I think it's political, but it is a comedy, I believe. I got this in a free job lot as well, and just held on to it. Maybe need to check it out. Comment down below if The Thick of It is any good. Might not be my thing, I don't know. Next up, we've got a series called Episodes with Mark LeBlanc. Yeah, I've not seen this either. Picked these up in the charity shop for cheap. This is like series 1, I think, and series 2. Used to like Mark LeBlanc in Friends, so I don't know. Maybe give it a whirl. I think there might be a couple more series of that as well. Next up, a show from the 90s, Jeevas and Wooster with Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. I got this for free. It's a complete collection. I never watched this at the time. I've not watched it obviously now. I don't know if it's going to be my thing, but it's supposed to be quite amusing. So yeah, I will get around to that as well. There's going to be a running theme with these now that I've not seen a lot of these series. Next, I have seen this. We've got season 1 of Stranger Things on DVD. I think this is an American DVD. Found this in the charity shop for 25p, so I was never leaving that behind. But yeah, Stranger Things is fantastic. I've only seen actually the first 2 series and a bit of the third. I know I need to get my Netflix back and get season 3 finished and get on to season 4, which I believe is brilliant. So yeah, that's Stranger Things, but I do enjoy Stranger Things, very good. Next up, we've got a series starring Lee Evans called So What Now. Yes, it's just one series they made. I think his colleague in it, or his mate in it, is the guy that plays Spud Gunn in Bottom. Yeah, it is. It's quite a funny thing. It's just typical Lee Evans getting up to all sorts of scrapes. It's quite a funny series, but I got this for like a quid or something. So yeah, it's good fun. Next, we've got a series called Pennies from Heaven. Yeah, that does say Pennies. This is basically Paul Kay, who, anyone who don't know this, basically used to play this character, Dennis Pennis. He used to go around interviewing celebrities, but just taking a piss out of them, basically. And this is just full of everything he ever did. He'd go up to sort of, I don't know, Tom Cruise and just basically say something, take the mickey, or I can't think of anything he said off the top of my head. I've not watched it for a long time, but it's very, very, very funny. You do feel sorry for the celebrities and in some occasions, but others you're just like, yeah, you deserve it, you're an idiot. But if you've never seen this, it's worth trying to find it and checking it out because it's very, very funny. Next up, got a staple from the 90s, absolute classic, Father Ted, complete series. Yeah, I have seen Father Ted. Yeah, I love it. Rest in peace, Dermot. What was his surname? Shocking, I can't remember the actor's name, but yeah, Father Ted himself, he did pass away a few years back. But you got Ardal O'Hanlon there as Dougal, is very, very funny. Mrs. Doyle. But yeah, anyone seen Father Ted knows it's a great series. I think this might have been by the makers of the IT Crowd as well. So I know I went on to enjoy that as well. But yeah, it's fantastic, Father Ted. Next, we've got a series from the 90s. Keeping up appearances, Mrs. Bouquet, as she was like to call herself. Basically, her name was Mrs. Bucket, but she sort of spiced it up a bit, made herself sound posh, hence the keeping up appearances. So I've got series 1 and 2, series 3 and 4, and I think I got this last series as a subscriber mail from the fantastic Jim Jam. Moving to James Militia, thanks for that, James. And yeah, that's the complete keeping up appearances. Next up, we've got a series. I think the Big Paulie found this back in the day in a charity shop or something, and I did as well. I don't know anything about it, but it sounded interesting, so I thought I'd check it out. Called Triangle, from the director of X-Men and producer of Independence Day. It's obviously just a one-off series, but yeah, it looks quite interesting, so I picked that up. I've not watched it yet. Same goes for this one, Good Omens, with what's his name? I can't think of the guy's name. Michael Sheen and David Tennant. I think this was on that Amazon Prime at the time, but I never had Amazon Prime, so I've not watched it. But I picked this up in a charity shop for like a quid or something, so I do need to get onto that one. Next up, we've got another series, The Worst Week of My Life, with Ben Miller. It's a very, very funny series. I picked these up not long ago and rattled through them. It's just hilarious. Basically, his week before he gets married, he just has disaster after disaster. And then, I think then he has kids in that one and he just goes from bad to worse. And then you've got The Worst Christmas of My Life as well. But if you're not seeing these, worth checking out as well. It's a very, very funny show. And we've got some more Ricky Gervais and Derek. Yeah, it's a very funny series. I need to keep eye out for series 2. But yeah, I love Derek. It's just Ricky Gervais goes from strength to strength, and obviously did Afterlife after this, which was fantastic as well. Okay, so coming up next, we've got a complete series of 24. This is actually, well, it's not complete now, it's actually series 1 to 8 plus Redemption. There was another series after this, a short-lived sort of series, and I know there was like a spin-off without Keith Sutherland, which I'm not really interested in. But yeah, absolutely loved 24. It's one of my favourite series of all time, along with Lost and another show coming up shortly. Yeah, it's basically, this was done real time. You start at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning. Each episode was an hour. Then it went to like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And you never saw him go to the toilet. But yeah, fantastic series, fantastic character in Jack Bauer. And yeah, if you've not seen 24, I'd recommend picking this up, or maybe try and find it on streaming. I think it's on Disney Plus. Okay, coming up next, we've got a series from the 90s. Got a complete first series of Quantum Leap. I do enjoy Quantum Leap. I watched a few episodes in the 90s. It's not the it wasn't my go-to show, considering it's how it is, like in a kind of a time travel type thing. And I'm such a fan. I've watched a lot of episodes of this, but probably not all of them. But I did pick this up, I think in the charity shop, just so I got the first series, just for that retroness, like you know, like the other 80s shows, or like the A-Team and Knight Rider, all that. Okay, next we've got another one of my favourite shows of all time, which was mentioned a minute ago, and it's Prison Break. Yeah, at the moment on this, I've actually got these single sort of cases, which obviously easy to store. So we've got the first series, second series, third series, and the fourth series, which I literally picked up last week. All 4 single things for £1. I just clipped them together with elastic band there. I do need to keep an eye out for series 5. To be honest, this is one show that I'll probably upgrade to Blu-ray at some point. But these probably cost me about £2 altogether, if that. So yeah, and it's just a lot easier to store in the single cases than like the big box set the box sets I did have in the past. But yeah, absolutely love Prison Break. Michael Scofield, Lincoln Burrows, basically just trying to escape from prison and then end up in another one. But yeah, it's just very, very good series if you never checked out Prison Break. Next, we've got a series which is a spin-off from a movie. Now, I'll be honest, I've not seen this series, and I've not seen the movie yet either. Shoot me in the comments. Yeah, this is a complete series of Watchmen. I don't know if this is just a limited series. I don't know if it was just the one they did or any more. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, I got this for free as part of a job lot, and it's a DVD. But I wanted to hold on to it, and when I watch the film, I will watch this. Next, we've got another series now, US series I've not seen. I picked these up in a charity shop for 75p for the lot. This is a complete series. We've got The Following with Kevin Bacon. Really like Kevin Bacon as an actor. I think I did watch the first episode of this a long time ago, and I remember thinking it was pretty good, but I just never continued it, and didn't have. And then since then, I've got these DVDs, so yeah, I will be checking this out. So we've got this first series, second series, and the third and final season. So it's got an ending, so it's good. That's good, and I do want to check it out. It looks a really good show. Next up, we've got a show which I highlighted in my Blu-rays, and that's Lost. Yes, I've got all Lost on Blu-ray now, but I do still have the first season on DVD. This is actually a Region 1 DVD that I got when this show was still being aired and in the UK. And I finished it, and I'm just like waiting ages for the second series. But the reason I kept this is because inside I've actually got this signed by one of the actors, and that is Hurley there, which is Jorge Garcia. I met him at like a sort of a Manchester Comic Con type thing back in the day. So yeah, that's signed by Hurley. So that's the reason I'm keeping that. So that's Lost. Next up, another one I got for free. BBC series of Dracula. Don't know if it's any good. I was quite intrigued by it. and I want to just keep hold of it and give it a watch sometime, so I've just not got around to it yet. Next up, along the same lines, this is actually a US series which I got for free, and this is a complete Black Sails on DVD. Yeah, quite intrigued by this one. I know it's like Pirates of the Caribbean type thing, but maybe a bit more edgier, I don't know. But yeah, wanted to check this out. I could trade this into CX for a few quid, but I do want to check it out at some point, so I've kept hold of it. Next up, we've got a series of an actress that I enjoy in Not Going Out, and then she had her own series, that's Miranda. I've not seen these though. I kind of got them purely because I liked the character in Not Going Out, so to give them a watch. So series 1 and series 2. I don't know if there's any more. There might be another series possibly. I'll keep an eye out for that. Next, another series, a UK one that I've not seen. That's a Vicar of Dibbley. I don't know why I never watched this. It was out in the 90s with Dawn French. I know Trigger's in it from Fools and Horses. But yeah, I've just never watched Vic of Dibbley, but I picked these up again for like, I think it was part of four for a quid. So I've got, what's that, first series and the specials, second series and specials, and sort of little like Christmas specials. So yeah, I think that's the complete lot there. So I will get around to that at some point. Another series I got for free, League of Gentlemen. Now, I'll be honest, I've kept hold of this, and maybe I'll give it a watch at some point, but it just looks very, very, very strange to me. The bits I've sort of seen, I don't know if it's my kind of thing, but it's such a nice box set. I wanted to just hold on to it, and yeah, I might just sit down and give it a try. I might enjoy it, but it just looks very, very odd. Comment down below if you like League of Gentlemen, but yeah, I've got that in the collection. And I've also got a complete first 3 series and some Christmas specials of Outnumbered. I think this is where it's all about the kids. Like, is it what the kids thinking and stuff? I'm not really sure. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I do enjoy this guy here. Can't remember his name, but he's in the recent series of Not Going Out. He's a funny guy. So yeah, I need to probably get onto this as well. So that's Outnumbered. Okay, next up we've got Phoenix Nights from Peter Kay. As I said before, I love Peter Kay. This is probably his best ever series with O'Brien Potter and is it Jerry Sinclair and all the rest of them. Yeah, it's a very, very funny series. And it's one of them where they did 2 series and they stopped at 2, and it was the right decision. Because I don't know, it's just perfect. It's one of them, a bit like 40 Towers, and it's they didn't need to do any more. Yeah, so that's PK's Phoenix Nights. And they did do a spin-off, which is Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere. Absolutely love this series as well. Only 6 episodes, but yeah, it was brilliant. It was like the continuing adventures of the doorman from Phoenix Nights. And yeah, it's just fantastic. Next up, we've got a series I've got in the charity shop I've never seen, but come in this lovely sort of box, and that's a complete series of Absolutely Fabulous. Yeah, obviously you heard of this series. I want to say it's probably going to be like a female version of Bottom, which I love. I might be wrong. I know it's basically 2 women getting pissed all the time, but yeah, I will check it out at some point. Like I say, it was in a charity shop for about £1, and I say it's a complete series, so happy with that. Next up, we've got a series I didn't really watch back in the 90s, but I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I've been watching a little bit of this since I picked it up, and that's the complete, well, the ultimate fast show collection. Yeah, it's basically sketches in it with Paul Whitehouse and the other guy, I can't remember his name. Is it someone Williams? I got it's gonna bug me now. What's his name? Doesn't say. Brilliant. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I think he's in Harry Potter. But yeah, Ultimate Fast Show. As I say, I didn't really watch this back in the day, but it was again, it was a good deal in a charity shop, so pick that one up. And the final DVD in a complete TV collection is complete collection of Alan Partridge with Steve Coogan. This has got I'm Alan Partridge, series 1 and 2, which are absolutely fantastic, and also Knowing Me, Knowing You. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've not seen Knowing Me, Knowing You, or I've seen little bits of it. But I'm Alan Partridge, this series, when he's in the Travel Tavern, he's absolutely genius. I've seen it so many times. Lots of fantastic scenes in there. But yeah, if you've not watched Alan Partridge, it's highly worth checking it out. It's probably the best thing I think Steve Coogan's ever done. And yeah, that's it, really. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my complete TV collection. Comment down below if you've ever got any of these in your collection. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for some more maybe collection updates. Bye, guys.